Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Target Focused Life. It's wintertime in Minnesota. It's like -1, and we want to see gas versus inertia, if there's any difference on how well they operate when they're cold, when they're in the snow, and when we dump a lot of water on them. Let's go. So, yeah. It's a bit chilly out. Phone says it's -1, but feels like -21. So I think we have adequate cold weather to really put this to the test today. Now I have 6 shotguns. I have 3 gas guns, 3 inertia guns. I got the Beretta A400 Extreme Plus, that's a 3.5 inch. The Browning Maxus 2, that's a 3.5 inch. I also have the Winchester SX4, which is a 3-inch gun. 3-inch gun. And then on the inertia side, I have the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3.5 inch, the Stoeger M3500 3.5 inch, and the Franke Affinity 3 inch. So on each side, we have 2 3.5 inch guns, 1 3-inch gun. They've been sitting outside now for about a half an hour. I'm just gonna pound some rounds through them as a baseline test to see how well they work in this cold, and then it's gonna get interesting. I'm gonna chuck these guns into the snow, get them wet, pour water on them, let them freeze, and then we're gonna come back and see which one rises to the top, which one performs the best. Now I'm curious, I wanna hear your opinion on this. Which one do you think is gonna perform the best out of all these shotguns? Do you think there'll be a difference between the inertia guns and the gas guns? If so, I'd love to hear it down in the comments before we test this out. Let's hear your hypothesis on how this is gonna go. All these guns were cleaned the same exact way, and I used the same lubricant on all the guns. Now, I may wanna make another video in the future comparing 2 different types of lubricants, maybe a wet, maybe a dry, high performance. But anyways, for now, let's get some guns loaded up. I'm gonna start with these gas guns. I'm shooting the Federal Speed Shock 12 gauge, 3-inch, 1.25 ounce. Traveling at 1,450 feet per second, because most people aren't gonna be out here shooting target loads, right? If you're out shooting in these type of temps, you're probably hunting. I don't think any of these guns will have issues before they get wet, just cycling normally. Let's get the gloves back on. Beretta A400 Extreme Plus, 3.5 inch. Just as I thought, no issues. Browning Maxus 2. These goggles are not ideal for shooting. I learned that really quick. Winchester SX4, 3-inch. Okay, no issues on the gas guns. Let's get down to these inertia guns. Kind of cold, I'm already losing some of my brain capacity. Did I mention that all these guns were lubricated with Otis Dry Lube, which I have found to work very well in all conditions. One of my favorite lubricants. I'll put the link to that in the description. Here we go. Benelli Super Black Eagle 3, does it have any issues? Didn't think so. Stoeger M3500. That's got a hard trigger on it. Franke Affinity 3. Okay, no issues, as we all figured would be the case, right? But now what happens when you take a shotgun and you get it a little bit in the snow, maybe a little bit wet, maybe some stuff gets in the chamber, and then we dump water on it. All right, so I'm gonna take every gun, make sure we get some snow in the chamber. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's nice and cold. Then I'm gonna drop it in, make sure it's nicely embedded in the snow without getting too much snow in the barrel. And we're just gonna take some ice, or some water that will soon be ice. Make sure we get some in the chamber there. Make sure these guns are nice and cold. Make sure we get a little more snow in there. Oh yeah, Super Black Eagle 3, Polar Plunge. Ooh, Browning Maxus 2, ready for your bath. Franke Affinity 3, that's full of snow. Boom. We'll make sure we get some good mix of snow on there. That ought to do the trick. Now, we just sit out here and freeze along with the guns. While the guns are out there getting nice and frozen, we thought we'd come in, take a little break, and I wanted to tell you about these new ears that I got. You probably couldn't tell from watching the video that I got new hearing protection on. It's the Axel GS Extreme Pro. And I'm just testing these things out. I haven't used them more than a couple times, but hey, they're really cool. What I like about these ears is they amplify sound. So I can be out on the range, cameraman Jordan can be yelling at me. I'll actually hear what he's saying, which sometimes I can just flip the button, turn off the hearing enhancement, can't hear what he's saying. That's kind of nice too at times. These are Bluetooth. So I can stream it right from my phone, play some jams, get into the groove. These ears will actually cut off at 85 decibels. So it allows you to hear well, but then when you shoot a shotgun or any gun really, it will cut down. It has a noise reduction rating of 29 decibels, which is pretty darn good. And it comes with multiple sets of foam inserts, so you can custom fit them to your ears, make sure they go in really well. So you can check the links down below if you're interested in the GS Extreme Pro or the great muffs that Axel makes. I'm not sponsored by Axel, but I do get a little money to help support the channel if you use my link, so check it out, see what you think. It's just a great way to support the channel. I'm hot. Let's get back outside. Well, there we are, guys. Although it did warm up a little bit over the last 45 minutes or so, it is now 0 degrees, so feeling quite a bit warmer out here. Good and frozen. Doesn't take long at these temps to make ice. So it's time to get them on the table, start pounding some rounds. All right, guys. Oh boy. Is it frozen? Maybe just a little. Well, that one's good to go. Get this Maxxis 2 loosened up a little bit. If these barrels are frozen with ice in the barrel, that could create well, we can say that Benelli doesn't have a charging handle quite like the other ones. That's evident so far because that just disappeared. Let's see about the Stoger. That's 2 guns down on the Inertia side. Okay, I'm a little nervous. Here we go. Beretta A400 Extreme Plus. And it pulled the next shell up. Oh, no it didn't. It just did not eject the shell. All right, got a little excited. I do have a shell in the magazine tube, but as of now, that's not feeding. It's fully ejecting the shell. Even from the hip. I would love to see it pull that next shell up. Look at that, just kicking that shell out like nobody's business. We're not getting it to come out of the magazine tube. That might just be what it is. Let's try the SX4. 1 in the chamber, 1 in the magazine tube. Look at that, it kicked it out. Almost pulled that one up. First shot, ejected. That is solid. Woo, baby. I just want to see it one more time. Cleanly pull it from the mag tube. Ooh, yeah. That might be our top contender so far. Hands are a little cold. All right, Browning Maxxis. Let's see how she fires. I'm gonna go straight to 3. Oh yeah, I think I got hit with an ice chunk out of that. So it looks like I've turned this gun into a one-hit wonder. Things are just a little too frozen to get a shell in the magazine tube. I don't think we're getting that to work. Okay, Super Black Eagle 3. Already broke the charging handle. There we go. Oh, that punched me. Inertia guns, a little heavier on the recoil. Okay, but it ejected. Now let's see if this Benelli can do what only the Winchester's done, and that's pull another shell up. Woo! Pulled that second shell up, did not eject it. Stuck in here, but that's promising. It would be real promising if we had a charging handle. 3 shots. And third one in. Oh, I like the way that's running. I want to see if I can get 3 shots off though. Ah, manual cycle. Ha! I'm gonna give it one more try, guys. That's all I got in this one. It's right in the name. 3, let's go. Woo! Okay, this Stoger. I have little faith in this Stoger working. Broke the charging handle off this one as well. Stoger M3500. Oh. The Stoger is the only one so far to not fire. For an Inertia gun, it's one of the cheaper ones out there. Not super surprised. Oh, I got one more try. Oh, look at that. Okay, almost ejected the shell. The shell came out barely. The Stoeger operates. Affinity. Okay, I'm super interested in this. This is the only inertia gun where the bolt handle didn't break off. Let's see what this Franke does. Just a click for now. There we go. Franke's running. Franke's running. Oh, almost pulled it in. There it's in. Franke, I'm not giving up on you. I'm not gonna do it, Franke. There we go. Nice catch, Jordan.
Thanks.
Thanks, dude. Oh, almost pulled it up. There we go. Oh, we did it. Oh, we got to pull out of the magazine tube. Let's see if it was a fluke. I feel like this Franke's just getting warmed up. Oh, there was quite the delay on those 3 shots. Hey, look at that. All right, guys, you've seen all the shooting. Which one's the winner? I know which ones I'm picking. I liked the Beretta, although it wouldn't feed a shell. I even played with it off camera. I can't get it to loosen up to feed shells at all. But it shot and it cycled. Just wouldn't pull that other shell up. The Maxus, right from the get-go, I was able to break it free real easy. I was able to pull the trigger. I'm still not getting it to work. Then we got the SX4. This is one of the contenders for the top guns, but I'm not gonna choose just yet. I like the Benelli, how it cycled well. I thought that was great. It actually shot 3 rounds, pulled out of the magazine tube. I guess what I really didn't like was this. Just a little tap with this mallet and that breaks right off. Then I think, oh, that must have been a fluke. I go to the Stoeger. The Stoeger, the bolt handle breaks off. I tap the bolt release, that breaks off. And I mean, all sorts of issues with this. Nothing worked really well. Didn't eject shells. The Stoeger is, out of all these guns, probably the bottom of performance on this test. And then the Franke. This shot pretty reliably, able to get 3 rounds out of it. The bolt handle held up. So it's coming down to this. SX4 or Franke Affinity 3, which are both great value guns. A little less than $1,000 for each. This one's a little bit more MSRP, but it's gonna come down to this. Let's take the SX4 from the hip, 3 rounds. Ooh, Winchester SX4, flawless. And another frozen shell over the head. Even ejected it. Okay, guys, that's gonna be tough to beat. Franke Affinity 3. Oh, nice. And then one over the head. Even ejected it. Oh my gosh, guys. It's one of these two, but I don't know which one to choose. How do we solve this? You know, the only way I think that I can solve this is 3 shots over the head. Competition. Does either gun cycle it more reliably than the other? I'll turn this way so you can see if it ejects. Hold tight. 2 shots. And the third one right there. Oh. Okay, did not fire on the 3rd shot. SX4. There you have it, folks. SX4 is the winner of this freezing shotgun test, extreme freezing shotgun test. I'm gonna take all these guns in. I'm gonna break them apart, see what they look like inside, and then I'm gonna get on the phone and get some replacement charging handles for these guns. But if you wanna see what they look like, come on in. So we got the Franke Affinity 3, which was the runner-up. I'm gonna tear this thing apart, see what it looks like inside real quick. Ooh, look at that, just snow dumping out of there. So just like that, pop, pop. Nice. So obviously I got a cleaning job ahead of me, but luckily I have a very fast cleaning technique. I'm gonna show you really quick. I'm not gonna go through it all with you. I'll just show you how I do it. First, I take the MC7, and I'm gonna hit all the internal working parts. This is the extra strength bore cleaner. This is step 1. I hit all this with MC7. It's foaming action. I'm gonna do the same for this trigger, the bolts, and down the barrel. For my next step, I take my nylon brush, and then I come in and real quickly hit all these parts. Now this gun isn't so much dirty as it is just iced up because I cleaned it right before this video. I go through all my working parts, give it a quick scrub, especially if there's carbon buildup. For the bore, I love to use my ripcord. Super fast and easy. That MC7's been sitting on there just a little bit. Pull it through. Okay, moving on to step 3, quick scrub. This is the magic stuff right here. MC7's been sitting, working. It's one of my favorite products. Makes cleaning so much easier. I'm just flushing everything out. Imagine if this is full of carbon, debris, contaminants, whatever. Take a rag to wipe it down real quick. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing with the bolt, trigger, all that stuff. I'm gonna blow it out, make sure it's down to bare metal. And then I'm coming back with the Otis Dry Lube, which all these guns were lubed with before this test started. And I'm gonna give it a healthy dose, make sure I get in all the grooves. I'm gonna do the same with all the other parts. Once that has sat there for a minute, I'm gonna come back, and if there's anything running, I'm not gonna make it completely dry, but I'm just gonna kind of get any excess off with that, and we're good to go. No, I'm gonna give a little bit more care and attention to this gun, put it back together, and I bet you it'll be working top notch. One thing I like to use are these firearm wipes by Otis. You can just come back. These are clean, lubricate, and protect wipes. Give it a good finish. Well, hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. As always, if you want to learn more about the products I used in this video, you can check the links down below. And remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only going to hit those shots that you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya!